Start. Where did we start?
Let's see.
God, the past few recaps for this game have been really fucking difficult for me.
You said
nighttime.
the same thing on the recap last week.
Fuck, really.
All right, Katie, tell us what happened.
I believe in you, Katie.
You know, I did fall back asleep while I was trying to listen. So I got the recap from 2 weeks ago.
So you're telling me the constant bleep of my Discord alerts didn't wake you back up?
No, who cares? Just give me the gist.
The gist of it. It boiled down to a lot of talking, mostly related to Clint talking to the various Sisters of Light, getting their opinions on certain things, and kind of approaches going forward, as well as peering into what's going to happen to the town a bit. There's a moment where Jericho is tested for his humanity? Yeah, humanity. Let's go with that one. By getting blasted with sunlight, which
Daylight,
I think pointed out. Daylight, thank you. There's a big deal there, apparently. Which makes sense, the world without sunlight, so casting sunlight probably means a lot.
I think it's also the spell that really fucks up vampires.
Yep.
Which was kind of what the test there was, like, is there anything left in here? He'll survive if there is.
Yeah, because it does count as like actual light from the sun for the purposes of vampires. So, past that, got a little nauseous, but it was, I think it was a Christmas save, right? Which I'm surprised. Yeah, I got a 17.
Yeah, we're fucking good.
Oh, plus 6 pick up from inspiration. Yeah, so 23. Which is good because I have a -1 to my save. So yeah, that was good. Clint also sort of gave gave Uriel his name, right? After talking to Miss Selena about it. And also sort of gave him his mission to get the 3 cards from Jericho, who had the Joker, Bradford, who had the King of Hearts, right?
Yes.
And who was the third person?
It was Gregor, who had the Jack of Spades.
Jack of Spades.
What about Jack of Spades? I don't know what the symbology for that one is.
It means basically an emotionally unstable person, or changing person. So I was like, oh, okay, accurate.
Well,
also,
goes
you
into
say
rages, so.
Is there a meaning for cards?
Yeah, like Ace of Spades is death. King of Hearts in this case is just emotionally vulnerable.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like if you don't have tarot cards for a tarot deck, you can kind of improvise with the deck.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know what the Joker means. It means most likely to be left out.
Yeah, pretty much. The class clown, that's not funny.
The Jack of Spades is also usually a guy, but like it can be both.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's interesting. Symbolize the ending and beginning of... Huh, that's fun. Oh, right, the Fool, that makes sense. Okay, so that was more towards the end. Fuck. The entire thing really can just boil down to, like, various different conversations. Clint also talked to Belladonna. Yeah, in general, just about... I'm gonna skip that. Going back a step, because I have biased memory, because of course humans do. Bradford talked to Erica. They got to talking a lot about emotions and how she gets really sick talking about emotions all the fucking time. Along with basically setting up like a deal / experiment kind of thing, which more or less boiled down to like, give it a shot, I'll prove you wrong, kind of thing. And I got help from like 2 different sources, and Victor thinks it went well. Sure, I'll believe that. Go along with that. After talking to her, went to Jericho. They did that. 7 ended up showing up, talking to Clint and their little posse, which surprised everyone because he just kind of appeared. Although surprising no one, 7 just kind of appeared because he's 7. And they kind of gave him a lowdown, which was more information than he wanted. He regretted going ahead of everyone and getting all the information of all the crazy bullshit we've been doing and the dancing with darkness, I'm gonna put it, that some people are doing. Disintegration.
Gregor was there for that, and towards the like middle or back half.
Yeah,
And
that's about
he
right.
also talked to Seven about dreams briefly and what they might mean. He mentioned, what's his name? Hammond? I feel bad forgetting it. Okay. He mentioned Hammond and how he's a specialist in like philosophy and like he should be consulted about what he was telling him about. And he uses drugs to like induce
Dream states?
what's it called? Like a spirit journey. And Gregor was like, "Oh, is that how he did that?"
Years later, like, oh shit, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Hammond pronounced like Haymond. Haymond. Nice. I think. Oh, God, there was so much other stuff, but it's completely leaving me right now. Anyways,
Gregor did
yeah,
talk to the year ones.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he had a little chat about like what the Black Watch requested of him, kind of idea.
Yeah. He was. I don't know. It was like a mix of a PR speech, but also a real talk.
Fair enough. I can't
And
remember
the
who it
words,
was, but go on.
leap of faith were used.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah. I think Nai's reaction was, do we have to get a lesson every 5 minutes? Can we just relax by a fire for a minute? General idea. Oh, I forgot about that. Because that happened after Bradford and Erica started talking, because he was shouting at one point. Everyone just kind of picked up the stuff and left. That was just funny to me.
Oh yeah, and Jax was a homie.
Jax was a homie. But yeah. I think the session ended with... name... Uriel, there we go. Uriel, having received a card from Clint, as an example, didn't give the card back, went to Gregor, and effectively traded the cards, which worked surprisingly easy. Just traded. Alright, cool. It's like Pokemon.
Wait, what? I don't remember that part.
Yeah.
Isn't that what happened?
It was at the end.
Okay.
Oh, did that happen like after I left? Because I remember I kind of wasn't feeling well, so I just kind of like dipped out. I thought we were done.
I think you were still there, but you might have left.
No,
right?
he did leave. That was after I had to help my wife with her exam.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the
That was
last,
the
like,
only thing
15
that happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right
the last
after
like
you
15, 20 minutes were a little
Whoops.
sketchy. It's not a huge... Well, there you go. You know the information that happened. It's just Gregor traded his card
Thanks,
to
that's why we do this.
Uriel. Uriel has one of them. We ended up grouping back up at the front of town where we saw, I believe, Julius, Seven. I feel like there might have been like one or two other captains that were there that weren't there.
Seven, Alistane.
Yeah.
A guy that we had a character know the name of.
Yeah, brother Ezekiel?
Yeah.
This fellow? Yeah, his name plate doesn't pop up. And yeah, that's kind of where we
Julius.
ended up. Yeah, Julius. We ended with us all kind of gathering at the front, about to head out. And giving us the ominous things of just like, hey, there might be a few stops. Maybe keep your eyes out.
Yeah, I think Seven or somebody said we were going to take a couple stops.
No one in character said it.
Oh, okay.
Just me on character, letting y'all know, like, you're not, fast traveling back to the compound. You just walk off this map right back into the compound. All right, we're home, guys.
Oh, there it
We
is.
made it.
Fuck me. It was right next to
That's
us all
right.
the time. I don't know how I missed it.
And we just walk over there.
Oh, and I guess maybe as an in-character thing, it was weird because part of what happened last week was O was like cleaning out his stuff and he deleted like Gregor's token or something. So I got my new helmet one updated. So I guess like
Right.
You had greater invisibility on.
So great in reality.
He forged a new helmet over the week, we can say, and he donned it this day.
Sure,
Here,
that
what a
works.
blowtorch.
So with that, I think that's fairly it. Is there anything else?
There's a small scene I remember nearer to the beginning where that was kind of depressing because Gregor was like thinking about the moon, wishing he could see it, looking up at the sky, but not being able to.
It wasn't there.
Yeah, you had the Sycusia to just take a peek at the moon, and that's about it. As well as being on top of a mountain on top of a tower. But that's not the point.
Getting to see what life could have been like had the world been a little different.
Yeah.
I know there's
That's
more
all I
specific
got.
details with Clint's conversations, but I frankly cannot remember them right now.
Well, that's why thoughts exist.
Aha.
So, as you are getting this calling, this grouping, you see Castor, who you've nominated sort of as to Seven as someone that's somewhat responsible, has assembled the group. You do see that all of the underclass are set up, ready to go. To include, your unconscious Zoe. You
Comatose Zoe?
do see that Julius, Ezekiel, and Seven have sort of headed up this operation and are sort of disseminating information out to Carolyn and Castor. As well, I asked you, do y'all do anything before anything else happens?
Gregor would just try to listen in on what's being said, if it's anything of import.
Okay, gotcha. Yep, super simple. What's happening is an extraction. Till the village is fully complete, a detachment will be left here, including of Alistane, the two blood cloaks, Eastmanoff by his own volition, will all stay here and remain. Once they're completed, they to return to their mission and finish finding any information they can out about the massive crater. The class will be divided as it's too dangerous to travel in such a large number, because you will definitely find something that will find you. As such, groups will be headed out. Each group will be led by one of the 3 senior watchmen.
So how
Now,
many groups total?
I ask you, who y'all kind of want to travel back with?
Ooh.
Is the idea that all of us have our own group? Or is
Let's
that up
see.
to us?
Let's do some numbers. 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
I think the maximum travel size should be 8, if I remember correctly. 8 to 10, something in that range. Because, like, your signature becomes too notable.
Is that what you bring up?
Sure, you probably mentioned that, yeah.
Who do you bring it up to?
You'd probably just mention it to Castor, because he's the responsible one in this situation. I remember in the past there was mentions of we should not travel in groups larger than 8, I believe. 8 to 10. I would swing towards 8. And you said, what, we have like 22 people?
27.
27.
So with the 3 senior watchmen, that would be 3 groups of 9.
That would work out nicely. But it's not.
So the idea... Sorry.
The idea of what?
I thought I was going to say something. I didn't want to come off.
No, what Castor is going to recommend is that perhaps we can do 3 groups of 7. and one group of 6.
All right.
It would leave us without a senior advisor to one of the groups, though.
It's probably the largest groups that we can have that's can travel the safest.
He just looks at you. Do you have anyone in mind? I think I should travel with the underclass to provide as much protection as possible.
I think that's a smart call, as well as Carolyn probably doing similar. If anything, for her own sake.
I could have the smaller class. Or group.
5, 6.
Potentially. You're a tracker. You're a tracker and a hunter, so if you guys get Garth cannot think of words. So you guys get lost or separated, you're the best bets to guide them back towards the compound. So I got that, I got that. I got him. I think as an outer game thing, the group of 6, we should set it up so that the player characters are in one group together. That way we don't have like a bunch of people swing off in different directions.
No boy, how convenient.
So
Would you look at fucking that?
Alright.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, it was just us, isn't it? Yeah.
So I ask you, what do you want to do? How do you want to divide the teams as best as possible?
Let's see. What are our options here? Basically, like, who's going with what senior
This
watchman?
squad, this squad, this squad, and then player characters.
Yeah.
And there's going to be 3 groups of 7 and then 1 of 6. And I guess ours is the 6.
Yeah.
So
it just-
7,
it breaks up
7,
perfectly.
7.
So it just
So
becomes a
I ask you,
situation
how do y'all want to do it? Do you want to bring Clint along?
I mean, it feels like we kind of have to, unless we can wrap up this whole thing in like this session, because otherwise,
It
Crash
it
is
will
gonna
be.
just boot it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We could trade Clint for Jax.
Yeah.
That way Clint's with Caster's group, if we wanted to do it that way.
I don't disagree with that. Who else in that group could we swap out with? Cass should stay in that group. They have Grimwald, they have do they have a frontline combatant? I guess Byron. No, they have Caster. What the fuck am I talking about?
They do.
I would say Jax, Calliope. It's gonna sound like favoritism, Erica. One of those 3.
I think we should hold.
You want to take Grimwald?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, I'm not against it. We don't gotta see him or
I'm for
interact
that.
with them very much.
I don't have to have Jax. I just wanted to talk to him still at some point. It can happen later.
That's fine.
Yeah,
You
if you
can bring him. We don't have too many frontliners. We have like 3 ranged people.
All right,
Actually,
how about
in
this?
that case, it would be pretty damn split between ranged and frontline. Because if we move Jericho back one notch and put Grimold where he is, and it's like, oh, we got the 3 ranged people and the 3 frontline people.
You want to do it this way, Jordan? We roll a D2, and then one of them is Jax, one of them is Grimwald.
I'm at a D3.
Can
Yes,
I
absolutely.
bring up some meta information for y'all?
Please.
Sure.
What if you get into a fight?
Yeah.
Who would you want in a fight?
Ooh.
Yes, we'll take a Ulysses, whatever his name is. Not Ulysses. What is his name? Uriel. I just said it.
Wait, what? We're taking Uriel.
It's a joke. It's a joke, bud.
So
I'm not taking him.
let's do some math here. Okay. We have healer,
Astrus. We have damage. We have
Is Doran with
capabilities and magics.
Carol?
We have frontline damage. We have tankiness. We got healer.
The burst damage was usually... Well, okay, hold on. How about wait? We think point?
We can look at it like this. What does Clint do, and who can substitute in potentially for
Oh,
that capability?
he's super killer. That's what he does. We could
Go
take it.
Monkey, Skirmisher.
yeah, he's kind of like a very universal support.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Like, props to Crash because he really has put a character in the gaps that every one of y'all fall through.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest gap being conversation.
Yep.
Does that mean it's accurate?
Khan did fall down a gap. That's true.
No, that's also true.
Shut up! Fuck up. Alright, that was a good one. Oh, yeah. Julius's group is in an interesting disposition because they get the heat signature of Zoe, but they don't get the benefits of it. As well as Carolyn and Rex technically count as 2.
Is Doran on his own then?
These are just where I have undecided at the moment.
Okay.
I say. Wait, where'd Bricky go?
She's right next to
is
Shane.
Oh, she's so small. It's hard to see.
She's the same
If
size as
possible,
everyone else.
since I say we stick Doran here, we got Doran here, Caster here, and Briggy here. I get that they work well together, but they're also like the most
They're the top 3.
the second senior most watchman here. I feel like
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not-
level
they
7
So-
talking to level
time
13.
dilated zone.
Throw one into each group.
Basically,
That's good.
Gotcha.
Hey, Crash!
Crash!
you just
Are you
sitting
playing
in.
or are you just popping in? I'll take the silence as a popping in.
Oh no,
Well, currently we're figuring. Hey, Garth, you want to stream for him? Or no,
I can
because
do
he's
that.
actually in the game.
Oh, he is in the game. Yeah, you should be fine then.
He joined the game? I don't see that.
Oh no, I'm insane. Don't
No, I
worry
mean
about
like
it.
he's actually like a player in this. So I don't know if you want to stream your sheet to him.
Oh.
But anyway, so yeah, now we have Calliope and Clint here. Let's see. Wait, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. I'm not counting Rex. 4, 5. Because Zoe is KO.
She still has a heat signature.
Yeah, she still
Counts as a body.
stats.
Oh, true.
How do animals apply in the heat signature in quotation marks section? I can't
A
remember.
canine?
Yeah,
A canine specifically?
I'm assuming that means yes.
Does
They don't have good at boy protection?
Jericho count as half a heat signature?
Now, technically, I will say there is like a flex here because you have, 2 people who don't really count as a heat signature.
That's a good point.
Who's the other?
Carolyn and
Four
Flora.
and Carol.
Oh, right.
They went through that whole little training arc.
I forgot that Carolyn also had it.
So we could send someone to pick up the slack in Carolyn's group, just because then they can gain the benefits and not be completely screwed by the fact that Zoe's just unconscious. But
So basically, it's who, because we're gonna go over 6 no matter what, or 7 rather. Basically, like, who do we want to put at most risk for a fight? Which I say, us, right?
Yeah. So I'd stick maybe Calliope since they're the other undecided with this group.
she
Well, then
does
they'll
have
go
her
over some
tier
So-
1.
Well, no.
so-
If Carolyn doesn't count, then we can put Calliope in. Right?
Then they still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 7 with Calliope. Which is fine.
Right,
Actually, never
but
mind. Yeah.
if the cap is 8, then they're still right.
Yep, they would be at 7.
Fuck, do we just take Clint?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, let's just keep him popped in.
Alright.
Actually, Crash, since you're here, would you want Clint to stick with Uriel?
Yeah.
Okay, then
Fair.
I say
We'll take-
put Clint with them, and we'll go ahead and take
Pony?
we take Erica.
We can take
No,
Did you
'cause,
pass
I mean,
my
these two are
test?
both capable of healing, as is Clint. So
He's still only gotten the 1 card.
from Gregor. By trading like Pokemon cards. Okay, so we could take any of...
is anyone on this team capable of healing?
Caster.
Technically Caster, but he's Paladin level 2?
Caster, sort of. Naya, sort of. That's it. Yeah.
So I say, yeah, we've got a little healing with us, right? On our team,
Tiny
as
baby
is, right?
bits. Well, not
I have-
baby, but yeah.
Probably, and that's it.
Actually,
Or-
what you could do is trade this way,
Mhm.
and now you've created a stealth squad.
Hey, that's perfect. I like that a lot.
How do I switch to dark mode?
And then should we leave Erica with this group or bring her with us?
I think we should at least take one NPC with us, just so we're not a group of 5 traveling back.
Yes.
We'll make a lot smaller heat signature, but if we get caught, we get caught.
I say we'll take Erica with us. Does that sound good? She's capable of a little healing. She can pick us up if we
Capable
go
of
down.
healing, has
Yeah, and
potential
she
to give us
feels,
damage up as well.
Yeah, support kind of role.
Someone
She
can
can get
go-
conversation.
So that's kind
So these teams look good.
It looks fine to me.
Hmm.
Is there any glaring issue here that we are overlooking as players?
Yeah, I'm just looking over that as from GM standpoint. I think these teams are fairly balanced out well. You have a very resilient team in case they get caught here. A team that won't get caught here. And kind of like your flex, unlikely to get caught for one specific factor group. And if they do-
like to dunk them into a fucking pocket dimension.
Exactly.
Then the protagonists.
likely to get caught.
One can hope.
That's kill zone.
The prince shows up. He smites all 6 of us. We all die instantly.
We're traveling.